I call out a walk. I pray this devil die and get every evil thing the Lord got to give. And listen, I know you look at us in the state we in right now. Come here, SHALAM. Come here, SHALAM. I know you look at us in the state we in right now. Black people on drugs, and we suffering and dying. And I know it seems like you can do whatever you want to this people. I know it seems like this, but the time for glorifying yourself is soon at an end.
God save me from white man oppression. I am no white man. It's just your blood mercy. Even when God have blessed, so He not blessed. I'm no white God. Don't tell me anything wrong. Even when God save me from white man oppression. I am no white God. It's just your blood mercy. Even when God have blessed, so He not blessed. That's why we want what's right for
You hear what sister say, right? No white God, man. We here to dispel all the lies, man. All the lies that they've been pushing on us, man. From ever since this man Bob Marley came on the scene, man, they've been pushing him on us like if he's one of us. When he ain't one of us, man, he's a white man. A white man. We call him the devil in this school here, man.
That's right.
Understand? His father is the devil. So that makes him a devil, man.
That's right.
Bob Marley ain't no brother.
That's right.
Came from a white man. Let's get straight into that scripture, man. Get a scripture for me. Let's get straight into the scripture to show you black people out here in the Caribbean, man. Hey, shalom to all my brethren in the Caribbean, man.
That's right.
To all the kings, the princesses out here in the Caribbean, listening to this show, man. We here to tell the facts. You understand? Put all emotions aside.
Right.
Let's look at what's fact. Is Bob Marley a brother, or is Bob Marley the devil the Bible so-called speaks of, man? Let's put it to facts, man. Says that say we ain't want no white God.
Right.
Ain't no white God came and saved us from no slavery, man. The white man put us in slavery. Bob Marley father is responsible for having all forefathers being whipped in slavery, man. Right. So don't tell me Bob Marley's a brother, no, because his mom is a sister.
Right.
That goes for all you sisters out there, man. Don't go and sleep with no white man.
That's right.
You're going to have a white child, and this child going to grow up amongst us thinking he's one of us.
That's right.
When he ain't one of us. You understand? Or forefathers sweat and toil in those fields. But Marley ain't no forefather, ain't know about that. But he know about putting a whip on a brother back. You understand? Give me where we at?
Ezra chapter 2 verse 59. And these were they which went up from Tel Melah, Tel Harshad, Cherub, Adon, and Emer. But they could not shew their father's house and their seed, whether they were of Israel.
And their seed, man. What's this seed they're talking about there, man? We say it a lot in the Caribbean, man. That seed is speaking about your child, man. And it's saying what? Read it again from seed.
Ezra chapter 2 verse 59.
And their seed, man. We speak about that, man. We say what? Man, I want to put some seed in that woman, man. That's how we speak in the Caribbean, man. We talk about that seed. But the Bible is speaking about that seed. Who got that seed? Only a man got that seed, man.
That's right.
That's why what we teaching here, man, is so true, man. The white man wants to say what? That we mix. We ain't coffee, black man.
That's right.
We ain't coffee, man. We are human beings, man. We either black or we either white. Which one we are, black man?
That's right.
Go on.
But they could not show their father's house and their seed, whether they were of Israel.
Whether they were what?
Of Israel.
Of Israel, man. Want to say Bob Marley from some 12 tribe. Bob Marley can never be from no 12 tribe, man. Ain't no white seed in the 12 tribe of Israel, man.
That's right.
Get your black, your Hispanics, and your native Indian. They make up your 12 tribe of Israel, man.
That's right.
can never be no part of this nation, man, but was pushed up on the forefront of black people, just like Cesar Borgia was pushed up in the forefront for black people as their God. When that ain't their God, man.
That's right.
God is a black man. Their king is a black man. Your brothers and sisters are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian, man. When was Bob Marley born? On the 6th of February 1945. Out of 9 miles, St. Anne's, Jamaica. Came out of there. You understand? You need to know the history, man. When we go into the history and we saw the state of Jamaica, man, and all the slavery that was taking place and all the harm that was being done to those brothers and sisters by these white men. You understand? You ever hear about Thomas Thistlewood? Any one of you Jamaicans ever hear about Thomas Thistlewood, man? He had a plantation called Egypt. And on there he did so much atrocities to our black people, man, in the 1700s. Raped the black woman. Beat those brothers back, man. Had something called the derby horse or something like that, where a black man was squat and defecate in another black man's mouth, and then tell him close that, and then close that brother mouth until he holds that face in his mouth, man. And then come up into the 1900s. You're gonna tell me, what's his mother name? Sarah Book. Gonna lay down, 18-year-old black sister, gonna lay down with a 60-year-old white man? You gonna tell me that, man, that was love? That ain't love. That ain't love, man. She said she loved him, so gonna gotta take a word on it. That ain't love. I brought forth this abomination called Bob Marley, man. And today we look at him as if he's God. What happened to Burning Spear?
Right.
What happened to Tektra, man?
That's right.
All these old school, Peter Tosh. These are black brothers who went through black struggles, man. This man came up amongst us like he was one of us, when he was never one of us. And what's the proof? He wasn't one of us. In his music, man. His music. Yeah, he talked about Catch a Fire and all Exodus. But that song was about black people, man.
Right.
Was about black men and black sisters, man. They ain't got nothing to do with one white man. You understand? And he came from the seed of a white man. Now give me the next scripture.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Go ahead.
Hi. Hold on. I disagree with what he's saying, because to me it's more about race than religion. When he's talking about the seed from where Bob Marley comes from, to me that it doesn't determine who he is as a person if his father's white.
Yeah. Sis, it does. Why I say this is because of this. I'm gonna just have this brother read what Bob Marley said himself. It has to be about race. Now, why it has to be about race, sis, is because we have been enslaved by white people. Why? They didn't say before they put us in slavery. Why didn't they speak about peace and love and kindness? Why is only after we got our forefathers got lynched, whipped, and hanged on trees, then they want to come and tell us peace and love while they go out and conquer?
Right.
You understand?
He's not responsible for that, though.
He is not responsible. His forefather is a devil. His forefather maybe had your forefather in slavery, whipping his back.
Exactly. But the thing is, that's not him, and it don't determine who he is by his father's actions.
So let me ask you this. Why is Jamaica in the state it is in right now? Is it because of you?
No.
It's because of who?
It's because of the politicians and how they want it to be.
And
everybody has control of their own actions.
Yes, but who did Bob Marley try to join? Who did Bob Marley went on stage and sing One Love for and join hand in hand? Politicians, right?
Correct.
Right? Come on. Am I lying?
No.
I'm not lying, right? No, let's read what Bob Marley said himself. Go on.
Bob Marley's own words. I don't have prejudice against myself. My father was a white, and my mother was black.
Now he's saying that his father was white. And we just read in the Bible, you are of your father's seed. You understand? His mother was black. That his mother was a sister. You understand?
Can you say one thing?
Yes,
And let me just say something real fast. Read that first line again. What he said.
I don't have prejudice against myself.
Now, you know what he's saying by saying that? Is that he can see the oppression that the white man is putting on them Benjamites or them Jamaicans over there. But because his father is white, he don't really care. That's why he's saying, read that part. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, sis. Yeah, read that part
I don't
again.
have prejudice against myself.
Meaning, when he's saying he ain't gonna have prejudice against himself, what he's saying is, although he see the oppression, he's not separating from the so-called white man. So what he's instead going to try to do is join us to the so-called white man. And the scriptures say, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. So now, the more we have tried to join this so-called white man, the worse it has been for us and the best that it has been for them. Bob Marley got great joining, because Bob Marley joining us to this oppressor, he got great. He's in infamy right now by joining us to this oppressor. Now, after he's dead, 1 second. Now, after he's dead and gone, what did his mission change for black people?
That's right.
What did his mission change for them Jamaicans over there? He got the song One Love. I can't stand that song. I can't stand it, because when I hear that, that's joining us to a devil that's never going to free us. And the proof is, as bad as y'all want to say Bob Marley was, he did not change one iota or one condition. He didn't set one policy. He didn't improve the way of life. If anything, he decreased it. Because just like with Martin Luther King in America, that's what Bob Marley is in Jamaica. That's right. To where the minute we start talking about Bob Marley's father being white and he was a devil, everybody wants to complain and go in an uproar. The minute we want to say that Martin Luther King was a sellout for joining us to the so-called white man, everybody wants to go into the same uproar. But you would have to show me how joining us to the white man makes us better. And when you talk about the seed not mattering, when you go from the time of Exodus up until now, it's always been about the seed. It's always been about who your nation is. The Egyptians was not trying to kill the women of Israel. They was trying to kill the men of Israel, because that's what carries the seed. You also mentioned how he can't pay for what his father did. When you read Isaiah 14:21, it says, prepare slaughter for the iniquities of their fathers. He's reaping the benefits of what his father laid down. That's right. So he has to
look at it though.
Say again.
I'm sorry.
All right. His father is white and his mother is black, but he's being seen as a black man, even though his father is white.
No, he is.
So the white man is not gonna be on his side if you look at it that way, because he's still black.
No, sis, what you have to understand is this: the white man is on his side.
That's right.
Where was Bunny Wailer? Where was Peter Tosh? What you have to ask yourself, why they chose Bob Marley? Why did they chose Bob Marley to represent reggae and Jamaica with reggae? Because he was better than these men? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Bob Marley was marketed for a certain crowd. Why? Because he was white, and white men know that Bob Marley was white. That's why they picked him. Why Burning Spear ain't on no shop like Bob Marley? Why didn't put a Burning Spear like Bob Marley? You know why? Because these men were against the Queen of England, against Christopher Columbus, against all these white people that wreak havoc on us in this place, man. You understand? Why they ain't teaching us about Burning Spear? Why they ain't teaching us about his brother called Check Track? You understand? Why they ain't doing it? There's a reason why they ain't doing it, man. And it's because Bob Marley is a white man that they pushed on us like a brother, because he grew up amongst black people, man. Who taught Bob Marley to sing, man? Joe Higgs, a black man from the ghetto, man. Who taught him to play the guitar? Joe Higgs, a black man from the ghetto, man. And they take it just like, you know what it's like? It's just like Elvis.
That's right.
It's just like Elvis. Elvis got great because black men taught him how to dance, how to sing. You understand? And now they say Elvis is a king of rock and roll. I'll be damned if Bob Marley is a king of reggae, man.
That's right.
That's what the white men label Bob Marley as. You understand? Go take a look. Come on, man. Take a look. You were in Jamaica. You from Jamaica, sis?
Yes, I am.
So you know about these other black men, these other young black men. Yeah. Where's Burning Spear children? You know who's Burning Spear children today? Who's Peter Tosh children name? You know these kids' name? You know why?
No, I don't.
Because the white man does not push black people to stick together. You know what he wants? He wants black people to stick together with him and hate each other. That's what's going on, man. Bob Marley joined two white men on stage, man. What's his name? Michael Manley and Siaga. And Siaga was the one who was pushing the shower posse, killing black people, man, just so that he can get some votes.
That's right.
And Bob Marley took it upon himself to join these two men together, two white men. Why did Bob Marley go and talk to these so-called black leaders? Why didn't he go and talk to these black leaders and tell them to stop killing one another? You understand what I'm saying? Why he didn't do it? Because he was promoting white supremacy in your country with music. Go ahead.
Hey, sis, I just want to say two things. One, I want to touch on, you don't know who Burning Spear's children are, but Bob Marley's children are still winning Grammys to this day.
That's right.
And why is that? There are so many other artists out right now who deserve a Grammy, who are working, if not just as harder than them, but they're continuing on that legacy because you are the seed of your father, which leads me to my question. Do you believe in the Bible?
Yes, I do.
Well, according to the Bible, which we just brought out, which is the word of God, which is the truth in this planet, you are what your father is. So according to what Bob Marley's father is, he would be a white man. You understand that? Damian Marley is a white man,
That's
and
right.
so on and so forth. And that's why they're promoted so heavily. That's why they win awards. And that's why they got catapulted to the front, no different than Eminem, no different than Elvis. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's my main point. So if you believe in the Bible, then how are you going to argue with the fact of the matter that he wouldn't be what his father is? We can't get caught up with complexion. You understand that? We can't get caught up because the Lord said we are as a speckled bird.
Right.
Your complexion doesn't determine your nationality. You know what does? The seed of your father.
Exactly, but the complexion is the reason why the blacks and whites don't mix.
No, that's okay. That's not the reason why the white man came and took us and put us on ships. It ain't because we were black or white. It's because we were the children of God, and He knew who we were, and He put us on ships and brought us across to the Caribbean and all these islands, and kept us as slaves. Bob Marley's father was a slave driver or a slave master. He whipped black people's back, our forefathers' back. That's why Bob Marley was saying this. Let him finish reading what Bob Marley is saying right here. Read.
I don't have prejudice against myself. My father was a white man and my mother was black. Them call me half caste. You know
why they was calling half caste? Because in Jamaica, they hardcore with that you black and you white.
Right.
They hardcore with that, man. That's why these Rastafarians, what happened? They, instead of accepting Christianity, they chose to go have a religion called Rastafarianism. Where they did what? They separated from the white man and his Christianity. They separated from them and their Christianity and brought forth this Rastafarianism. I ain't saying it right. But Christianity is worse nonetheless.
That's right.
At least there's some separation.
That's right.
At least there's some separation. And reggae was used to speak about black people's lives, man. Their social life and the struggle that they go through. But Marley forefather ain't never went through the struggle your forefather went through. Ain't never went through the struggle my forefather went through, man.
That's right.
I can't even go back in my lineage for my forefather only to my grandparents, my grandparents. Bob Marley could go to his great-grandfather, his great-great-grandfather. Why? Because they ain't destroyed like me and you. You understand? His family ain't destroyed like me and you, man. That's why their family is pushed on this earth like that. If Bob Marley was around today, he would have accepted homosexuality. I'm just talking it plain. I'm just keeping it plain. He would have been, because not how many songs I.S.U.P.K came out and spoke about that Christopher Columbus. Why they ain't push it?
Right.
Why they ain't push it? You understand? Anthony B came out and said, burn down Sodom.
That's right. You
understand? When fire upon Rome. They ain't push that song. Why? Because that is going to make white people look bad.
Right.
You understand? Bob Marley, on the other hand, was the total opposite, man.
That's right.
Yeah, he sing Catch a Fire, but he ain't go through what we went through, man. His forefathers was the one whipping us, man. Now read on.
Me don't depend nobody's side. Me don't depend the black man's side nor the white man's side.
And that's a lie. You know why I say it's a lie? Because Bob Marley joined those two white men on stage to do what? To do what? That ain't stop the guns and the shower posse from shooting and killing people, man. That didn't do nothing. But you know what it did? It strengthened Siaga. It strengthened Michael Manley. He picked a side and he picked the white man. That's the side he picked because that's his forefathers. That's his forefathers, man. And that's the end and be all of it. He picked a side. Read on.
Me depend God's side.
And he say he upon God's side. How you can be upon God's side when God chose black people? You understand what I'm saying, man? God chose blacks and Hispanics. You black people in the Caribbean, man, you are God chosen people. You are jewel, man. You are gems. And Bob Marley sat down amongst gems and produced. You see him today as a god in Jamaica. You can hardly talk about Bob Marley without a Rastafarian or Jamaican wanting to pop your head off.
That's right.
Your shoulder. Being all emotional when we talking facts. What did Bob Marley do to help black people in Jamaica? He sang song, he put you all on the map for singing.
Right.
You see the slums in Jamaica, right?
Yeah.
You see the slums in Jamaica, right?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying, man? So what did Bob Marley really do for black people in Jamaica? At least Buju Banton and them give you some music to listen to.
Right.
At least Burning Spear talk about Christopher Columbus is a damn blasted liar, man. At least Sizzler song about no white God. At least Capleton came out there and put that fire on the white man. But they ain't gonna push these men because these are black men. These are black brothers from the ghetto, man. Black brothers from the ghetto. They ain't gonna have a chance to come out of there if the white man don't support them. But Bob Marley got the support from the white man. Chris Blackwell. You understand? You ever ask yourself why Peter Tosh and Bunny Wailer didn't stay with Bob Marley? Why? Because they are brothers. And the white man, he knows how to divide brothers, man. And he knows his people. But black people, we don't know each other, man. That's why you could come on here and say, well, he black, but Marley's not black, man. And he will never be black. He can never be black, man. And he's saying it here. It's almost like Bob Marley saying, I wish I was black. I wish my mother picked a black man. That's why we tell you black sisters, you black brothers out there, stick with your sisters, man. So that this mess don't have to be cleaned up. We got to go through all this, man, to this mess. Now we got to clean up. Now we got to get brothers back on track. Because why? Because they love Bob Marley so much. Yep. Let me ask you a question. What religion was Bob Marley? Hello?
He was a Rastafarian.
Okay, what was he first?
I'm not sure.
He was a Catholic first. He was a Catholic first. Then when he came back, he left Jamaica after he married Rita. When he came back to Jamaica to start his music, then he turned Rastafarian. Why? to intermingle with brothers.
That's it.
You understand?
That's it.
So that he could get down with these brothers who are Rastafarian, because at that time, to be Rastafarian was to be conscious, was to be a revolution.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Now, what religion was he buried at? No. He got baptized as a Orthodox, an Ethiopian Orthodox Christian.
Good night.
Go look it up. It's all on the internet. It's all on the internet.
Good night.
Go look it up. Yeah.
Wait, hold on, Cat. So you telling me he started off in the Roman Catholic Church?
Yep.
Came home and to sell and make money and become famous. He then converted to Rastafarianism. And then when he died as an Orthodox Christian.
Ethiopian Christian.
As an Ethiopian, same thing. So like,
same thing.
Same thing. Ethiopian Christian. It's all Christianity. That amazing. Now y'all see why we brought this brother up here. The brother is coming up here. I mean, he's shocking me with the information that he's bringing out. This brother tells you that the studio and the attention to detail that he's paying, and it shows you that you have to take the emotion out of it. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just wanted to highlight how deep the brother is going in on this subject matter. And it's not about emotion, because he's Jamaican, he's from the West Indies, he's from the Caribbean. So it's not about the emotion, it's just about telling the truth and the stranglehold that entertainers have and the influence that they have, and that how they push us to love the so-called white man. You remove the entertainers, we wouldn't have it. And when you have entertainers that do, like the brothers that he's mentioning with the no white God, burn down Sodom, when you have them come out, they get pushed to the backside for the more friendly ones. Continue, Cass.
Since you have any more questions, or you're still in doubt with what we're saying?
I understand a little bit more.
You understand a little bit more?
I can see red. That's potentially a caps lock.
So, see, you're good on that, right? Because we all look up to Jamaica and their reggae, man. From Trinidad, Barbados, Grenada, all these islands out there, man. I used to listen to Bob Marley, man, until I came into the truth with his brothers, and I realized Bob Marley was a white man. I tossed his CDs out the door, man. I'm not saying that you should do that, but what I'm saying is, just me knowing the lie, I couldn't take it. I couldn't take it. You understand? I ain't telling you to not listen to Bob Marley. All I'm telling you to do is understand the facts.
Right.
Bob Marley is a white man.
That's right.
He ain't a brother. So now when you listen to that music, just let it be music.
That's right. Don't
let it be he praising unto your God. Let it be music. You understand?
Yeah.
Amen. All those. What about what's his name? Joe Bogdanovich, India and Jamaica, corrupting. What's his name? Don Husky. Watch and see what's going to happen to Don Husky under Joe Bogdanovich, man. Watch and see what's going to happen to him. Pay close attention to that, man. You good with that, sis?
Pardon?
You good with that, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Let me go to a quick break there.
Which song he wants to?
Give me, yeah.
We'll be right back. We're gonna take a quick break. Captain I.S.U.P.K gonna be right back to continue the onslaught. Give it up for the brother. This mic, you ain't cut the mic off, right? This used to be one of the baddest intros to the Israelite School of UPK videos right here. When I heard this, I knew it was on, that some bad speaking was about to take place. Burn down Sodom. Burn down Gomorrah. It was like they like trying to support Marley, like trying to use words, saying we discussing the black people. Say y'all discussing the white people.
Don't send me rich friends to the land. You me so rich like but the land goes down. Be a bunch of people.
That's all right.
Government wants to move me. We done refugees in our own country.
Yeah, can rub with it.
Them really get poor people to do. Them really get poor people to do. Oh, it's a Babylon. Where you get the system you from? Boom, you want some young poor people land. Some you want some love, what I can know, sir. Them really don't give a damn. Where you get the system you from? Don't send me little bags for the land. Joe, me don't rich like Motherland, no, sir. Me and my Jamaican.
Yeah. We back, man. So what do you think Vice Cartel talking about, man? What do you think he talking about? He talking about people, black people eating, man. And these so-called Chinese coming across here and taking all their food, man, all their land. You know you need land to survive in this place, man. You understand? What is Vice Cartel talking about? Peter Tosh want his children to eat too. Burning Spear want his kids to eat too, man. Culture. Bunny Wailer. But Bob Marley, you know what I mean, steal all, like what Matalan and them did, man. Steal all the food for them black people, man. Steal all it and I'll give it to all his kids that we think is black kids he had, man. Ziggy Marley, Damian Marley, Stevie Marley, all those are from a white seed. They are white men. You understand? We go by bloodline. We don't go by color. You understand what I'm saying, man? We don't go by no color, man. We go by the bloodline, man. But man, he should go back. He should have go back to England. He should have stayed in England and leave the Jamaicans alone, man. They may have been better off. They may have been better off, man. Now you're going joining two white men on stage. So what you think black people are going to do? They're going to think to join the white man too, man. Now they destroyed. Now they destroyed. Shower pussy they were shooting up people in this place, man. For the so-called prime minister of your country, man. Siega. You understand? The white man loves to see that, man. Using his own gun to put your own black brother to death. You understand, man? Let's listen to our next old school brother who was around in Bob Marley timing, man. Go on. Let's play this music, man. I'm sure you ain't never heard this one in a long time before, but I know you old school brother. Yeah. You all remember this, man. These rockers. You understand what I'm saying, man? Rockers we talking about here. With real black men who love black people, man. Why? Because they sang about a white man and his atrocities, man. Go ahead.
To this land, to hide the history. It's that you try to destroy us utterly. Only Jah knows how we survive. Only Jah knows how we survive. Divided and you. My brothers on the sea, in
For you brothers and sisters out there that want to call in, if you got a question or comment about what Captain I.S.U.P.K is bringing out about the history of Bob Marley, call in. Don't be afraid. We take on all questions. We take on all comments. Just call in if you want to call in. Y'all got the number. Well, what's the number?
The number is 914. Let me see something right here. Just want to make sure we get this right. 914-662-6060. Once again, that's 914-662-6060.
Go on.
Yeah, and someone wanted to know, how could we say the Hispanics is our brother and sisters and not Bob Marley? Because these Hispanics and Negroes, all they're doing is talking Spanish. That's all. They were conquered by another white race, one of Bob Marley's father brothers. We call the Spaniards. That's why they speak Spanish. But if you could listen to their conversation, you will know that they are black just like us, man. And the Bible says that these Hispanics, these native Indians, are our brothers, man. We didn't say, God said it, man. The white man treated the Hispanics just like he treated us. Whipped their backs. Put them to do hard labor. They even could have went through worse slavery than us, man. There's a book out there. I forgot the name of the book. With Bartholomew de las Casas. He wrote about all the atrocities that the so-called Hispanics went through on those islands. He wrote about it. They couldn't give you pictures. They had to draw pictures to show us the atrocities. There's one picture, man, that stuck in my mind. There's one picture that stuck in my mind, man.
Cool. Call the name and city where you calling from?
Big captains are SHALAM,
You got a question or comment out?
and listen, I have a comment for the captain. I-S-U-P-K, bringing that fire out of the airways. I know they can't deal with it because you're shocked at their world tonight. Talking about Bob Marley this and Bob Marley that.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Call it by his right name, man. Robert Nestor Marley. Call that nerd by his right name.
That's right.
You understand? And that person who asked about the Hispanics, they only asking about that because they ain't listening to Burning Spear. When Burning Spear sing about Christopher Columbus was a damn liar, what did he say? What about the Arawak Indian and the Carib Indian who was here with the black man full of talk? So you listen to Bob Marley and this one love for the Hispanic. Well, where you one love for the Hispanic?
That's right.
Where you one love, one heart, all get together and be alright. We're not for the Hispanics. But you want to give it to the Chinese and the Japanese. Listen, now, make sure Bob Marley career ends tonight. Make sure the IRS comes to you and them in the morning. You know what That's lighting up that fire. So,
You're the number one champion.
That's right.
Standard Uno.
That's right.
That's right. Big up the captain, Mashak Mayum.
Whatever, you can continue then.
From so far, to a land of slavery, and it's to everything they could, and it made us right for you. To this land, so this land.
New call, name, city, and state you calling from?
Hey, how you doing, family? So,
What's going on? You got a question or comment?
yeah. So just wanted to ask you guys questions on the other reggae singers of the time of Bob Marley. I don't know all their names, and even in modern times, reggae singers. I see cases about Bob Cartel, and I've seen a guy comment about Movado and things like that. So can you tell me, I guess you can tell me what's the difference between Bob Marley and a person of the time of right now? I mean, it's just in a general question. I'll hang up and let you answer it. And I understand the concept of Bob Marley, mother or father, whatever the case was, white. I guess I want you to explain how it was as well. So a lot of them in the chat room that was Africans and things of that nature. So just sound going, I'm gonna hang up and let you guys.
Brother, you mind clarifying that a little bit?
Like I was saying, this episode's about you making music, to make an artist. And Bob Cartel and all the rest of those guys, you know, I saw you said something about Bob Cartel. Bob Cartel is a person that's been featuring the skin, and even in Jamaica right now, featuring the skin is a thing to get into. So I just wanted you guys to expound on the differences between the people like you saying Bob Marley and the people of today's artists like Bob Cartel, Movado. Now Movado, he's a black guy, but Bob Cartel, he wants to be white. Several other people want to be white as well. There's a lot of white Jamaican or reggae singers now, more so than black reggae singers as well. So just expound on how they're taking culture and making it their own as well. So I'll hang up and let you guys think. Ask the question.
Okay. What the brother was asking for those of you who couldn't hear properly what he was asking. He wants to know what's the difference between the music Bob Marley was singing back in his time to what Vybz Karters are them singing now. Right? That's your question, right?
Correct.
Right. And the difference is this. Bob Marley directed his music to a certain kind of people. That's why he could have go across there in England and these places and sing songs and they accept him. Right? But when you come to guys like Vybz Kartel, right? You see him tattooing up his skin and stuff, right? That was really him trying to be accepted by the white man. You understand? But his music, he sang for the ghetto people, man. He sang for the poor people of Jamaica. He's a very controversial singer. Very controversial.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This is SLH, aka Soraya. I'm calling from North Carolina.
No sweat. You had a question or comment?
Yeah, so to the brother in black, first of all, am I on air?
Yeah, you on air.
Cool. To the brother in black who's talking about
just make sure
reggae
you watch your language, all right?
Of course.
No sweat.
So to the brother in black who's talking about Jamaican history and whatnot, how are you going to, you're from the Caribbean, how are you going to say that we're not African when we speak African dialect? Our music is clearly influenced by Africa and even our cuisine. Even our phenotypes are African.
Okay.
We don't look like Native Americans.
Okay, miss. If our cuisine are from Africa, right? You ever taste African food?
Absolutely.
Does it smell or does it look like black people cooked it?
Absolutely.
That's a lie.
I can actually name meals that we cook in Jamaica that they cook in Nigeria and Ghana.
Okay, go ahead. Name some meals. Let me hear the meals.
Plantain, pepper soup. We also eat hot soup.
Miss.
What are you?
No.
Sorry?
Miss. What you don't understand is this. They cook like that because of us. Just like listen. Just like the East Indian.
Damn right.
You ever eat East Indian curry?
I have.
Does it taste anything like a black Jamaican when he curries his food?
Well, here's the thing.
No. I'm asking a question.
East Indians, hold on. East Indians have like 3 different curries, right?
Miss, I'm just
so
asking you.
Our seasoning is different because of the Asians.
Because of the what?
The Asians.
No, it's not because of the Asian. Where did the curry? Okay, where did the curry come from?
The curry came from East India.
No, the Ethiopians were the first ones with it. Then the Indians picked it up and bring it across here.
Absolutely, but
no,
Indians brought it to Jamaica directly.
No, listen. These other nations can't cook like us. Our black women are the best. Our Hispanics are the best. Our Native Indians are the best. We are not no African. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, we are.
We are not. It's just,
okay, maybe you are not. Maybe you're not African, but we Jamaicans are African.
You all are not Africans. You all can never, though you were brought across there from Africa, you are not African. You understand what I'm saying? So why do we speak
African languages?
Okay, what language you speak? Okay, what African language you speak?
Oh my God, we speak Cromanti, we speak Old Town Patois, we speak Patois, and if you actually look, we use African words in the proper context.
So you don't think that you were conquered by Africans too? Why you speak English?
We speak English because we were enslaved, but before that we were speaking Spanish.
Why we were speaking Spanish?
Because we Okay, our first ancestors were the Fulani. They went to Spain. They conquered the Spanish, and we got reconquered and sent to Jamaica.
Yes, because we were conquered. You only speak in these dialects because you were conquered by these other nations.
That's right.
And you try to hold on to these. You try to hold on to these languages because we are destroyed as a nation. That's why you hold on to these languages. If I was speaking in my Trinidad tongue, you wouldn't understand what I'm saying. Just like if you were speaking in your Jamaican tongue, I wouldn't understand what you're saying. But does that make us different? Does that make us African? That doesn't make us African.
It makes Jamaicans African, for sure.
No, that doesn't make you African. The only reason why.
Okay, so why is it, let me ask you this, why is it that the Jamaican Maroons can actually communicate with the Maroons of Suriname, and both groups can talk to people in present-day Ghana and Ivory Coast and have conversations in their language? Why is that?
Hey, sis, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Okay, everything that you're saying as far as what makes us Africans, right? The only thing you're giving me is language and food. That's it.
And genetics.
One second. You mentioned genetic with the phenotype, which I'll address in a second.
It's not.
I said which I'll address in a second. I didn't say nothing for you to say it's not. Now, what history or culture proves that we're Africans? I ain't heard that yet.
Well, for one thing, in Jamaica, if you go to the countryside, if you go to some of the Maroon communities, they still worship Central African and West African gods, right?
Okay.
And if you look in like the Akan or Ashanti people, if a child is born on a certain day, they're given certain names. That is also the same thing in Jamaica as well.
And that's just like Bob Marley was born when? In February 6, 1945. So they say he's from the tribe of Joseph. It's just like that.
First of all, let me say one thing.
Is what he said correct?
You were actually right.
Okay.
You were actually right about Bob Marley.
Wait 1 second. So because he was born on February 6th, they say he's from the tribe of Joseph. Are they not trying to incorporate Israelites as well as Africans?
But who is they? You talking about
whoever told him in Jamaica that because he was born on February 6th, that means he's from the tribe of Joseph, which is the tribe of Joseph is from Israel. So
that person's delusional.
No, that person. Oh, now they're delusional if they claim Israelite, but they're not delusional if they claim African.
Yes,
you
because
sound
in
biased.
Jamaica, we don't speak.
Okay, so why was he told? So why was he told? You're not answering my question though. Telling me that someone's delusional is not answering my question.
I'm going to explain.
No sweat. I want
we
to
don't
hear
speak
this.
a Semitic language. First of all, number two,
you're not speaking
a lot of
Semitic.
Black Jamaicans they grew up. If you look at Rastas, they grew up in the church. They used to be Christian, but then they began to look and understand that certain things didn't make sense. So then they decided, like the guy said before, they decided to look elsewhere to know about their history. And they will go either to the bush, and they will be taught by maybe the Maroons or whatever.
But no Christian.
So they would try to
1 second.
Africanize the Bible.
But no Christianity teaches that you're from the tribe of Israel. None. They all teach that we're Christians united under Christ. I know because I used to be a Christian. There's no Christian church that says you from the tribe of Joseph, you from the tribe of Ephraim, you from the tribe of Issachar. To teach that
do you know that there were actually Jamaicans who went to Ethiopia and came back to Jamaica with that nonsense?
1 second. 1 second. There's no one that teaches that you're from a tribe of Israel unless you're proclaiming to be an Israelite. That's it. And with everything that you're telling me, you're still not telling me that the Jamaicans follow false idols from the Ashanti tribe or so forth. All you're doing is proving why we're in captivity. All you're doing
no, I'm not.
Yes,
I'm actually proving ties to the land. Okay, I'll ask you a question because you're knowledgeable about me on this. Can you tell me proof that we Jamaicans linguistically and culturally are from Israel?
Give me, you want to take it?
Yeah, I was going to hit him, Deuteronomy 28 and 16.
Most High Christ.
There you go straight to it.
Straight to it. No problem, sis. What you got to understand is that there's been a lot of misconceptions, not only about Jamaicans, but about black people in America, because they also call us African Americans as well, right? You agree with that, right?
Can you repeat that for me? I'm sorry.
I said, you got to understand that there's a lot of misconceptions about Jamaicans or West Indians because they call us African Americans as well, right?
Right.
Now, to call yourself African is that's nonsense, because there's 50 countries in Africa, and even within those 50 countries, there's subsidiaries within those countries or different tribes within those countries. So to call it, how can you be an entire continent? It's impossible.
We're not an entire continent.
But that's what you just said. You said you're
okay. Well, here's something. We are descendants of various people around Africa.
Well, you're saying that now. Okay, but you're saying that now because I just called you out on it.
No, well, I'm saying that that's why we're saying that we're African.
You cannot say that you're African.
I'm Yoruba, I'm Igbo, I'm Iwe, I'm Asante.
You cannot be.
Oh my God.
You cannot be from every tribe in Africa. So now you're from 4 different tribes? That's nonsense.
I'm from more than 4 different tribes.
Oh, okay, now you're proving why we are destroyed as a people. You're not proving why we're not destroyed. You're proving why we destroyed. You don't have no more of an identity than if I asked a black person in America who they are. You know what the only difference is? You say how you name the Yoruba, the Igbo, Ashanti. A black person gonna say I'm Christian, Episcopalian, Methodist, Baptist, or some nonsense like that. Because
they don't understand their history.
You don't understand your history either. That's
I
why
do know my history.
Then tell me what one tribe you came from.
All right. So we'll go on my maternal grandfather's side. He's in the room.
What? No. How about your father's side?
My father's African American.
Okay, now your father's African, so I'm assuming your mother's side is Jamaican.
Yes.
So you're not even Jamaican. You would be what we would call so-called black because you are what your father is.
That's right.
You not are what your mother is. Now, can you inherit your mother's traits? Yes, you can. But you are the seed of your father. The proof of the seed of the father mattering and being what keeps a nation. The Egyptians killed the firstborn males. They didn't kill the firstborn women because to kill the males off is to stop a seed. You understand? Oh, hey sis, we're gonna take this call. If you get dropped, just call back. Take the next call. Call. You want to say?
She just agreed what you said about Bob Marley.
I know. Thank you. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Shalom. Y'all was from Shabbat. I have to get in here. Please forgive me, brothers.
Go ahead,
Please forgive me. This sister, proud and delusional and crazy as she can be, and is the epitome of a destroyed black being something that is great and wonderful. I'm from the Ashanti, Igui, Olohi, Olihi, Kleenex, Bong, Bleach, whatever other tribes you want to be from. Claim that. You just exposed that she's not even a Benjamite. She's in the Benjamite culture, of course, and nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But my point is, let's not get off the topic. A race is not determined by food and culture. That's like saying because my dog likes to eat meat and this person's other dog likes to eat meat, the 2 dogs are from the same breed. That's ridiculous and retarded. I don't want to go to school to understand that. Give me a damn bloodline lineage from the father, not like the white man who goes by mother, which she clearly lost because her father is from the tribe of Judah, but her mother is Jamaican, so she thinks she's Jamaican. She lost any sort, man. Sister, you need to shut your mouth and listen to these prophets here who giving you the time of the night to educate you that you need to be educated. You understand? You don't know anything about your culture or your heritage. The people from Jamaica, St. Lucia, Barbados, Trinidad, Grenada, St. Kitts, they are from the tribe of Benjamin. Their bloodline extends to there. Their culture extends from there. And the prophecies in the Bible says that these are from the 12 tribes of Israel. Now, if you want to say they're African, you're going to have to come with some kind of concrete proof and not speculation. Now, let's get back to ending Bob Marley's career, please. Let's get back. Can I get some reparations for the black people in Jamaica? Can we put that back on the ballot? Break it down to Apache Jeep and all the money he lose and take it back from Damien and then let the sister go and sleep, man. Take 2 nights with. Go to bed. Yeah.
Shalom, I get that one more power from Captain Mashak. That one more power from Captain Mashak. Captain, I thought you go ahead and finish getting down on Bob Marley. You go ahead and get down.
That's right, man. And we here to destroy that fact that Bob Marley ain't a black brother, man. Ain't a black brother. I mean, though he was among Peter Tosh. What's his other brother name? Bunny Wailer. You know what I mean? Braffett. You know what I mean? All these brothers. He was around them. He was not a brother, man. He was not a brother. Singing all these songs. When they went across in England, what happened? Met up with Chris Blackwell. Chris Blackwell gave them some money, $4,000 to go back to Jamaica to make a song. Made the songs, stick together for a while. And then in 1974, they separated. Bob Marley went on his own way, and the Wailers went on their, the remaining Wailers went on their own way, man. Why? Chris Blackwell pushed Bob Marley up to the forefront. Why?
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, shalom to y'all brothers. Okay, I really appreciate the work you all are doing. But I will say, you know, we live in a day and a time, man, with you know, we need to get you know,
you got a question. You got a question or comment out?
Well, no, I'm gonna make a comment, and we need to get you know, seek the Lord for the power of the Holy Spirit for real, man. Because you know, see, what I have yet heard anybody to discuss. I'm not saying that y'all don't, but you know, back in the biblical days, if you really get to doing more studying, you know, all the confusion that's going on, you know, went on back then. You know what I'm saying? The chosen people were the ones that missed the mark, and you know, if they would have known who Christ really was, you know, would have killed them. You know what I mean? So it's getting time for us to start fasting, putting that plate back, and so we can be like how our brothers was in the upper room when we got empowered by the Holy Spirit.
Let me stop. No sweat. Let me stop you. What black folk need to do is stop sinning. Fasting, of course, is good. Black folk need a moral compass out. But I'm gonna stop you in your tracks so that I can let the brother finish his breakdown on the destruction of Bob Marley.
Well, see, this is the thing, though. I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but see, the confusion. I mean, see, I was, you know, find out the bloodline, this, that, and the third. That's not what's gonna have us with the power to fight. That's not giving us the power to lay hands on the stick and they may recover and, you know, raise dead.
You don't get no sense.
So-called Europeans go back like R.W. Shambach and all of them could go and seek the Lord and get this power. We are the original people. We supposed to have this power to be doing all these things. Because Scripture had greater work than we can do in these days. Now, am I right or wrong?
You wrong because you wrong because the white man ain't using the Most High.
No, I'm saying back at it's a fact. I mean, you know what I'm saying? The
white man is not.
No, hold on, wait a minute. I mean, when I say
what? The white man is not using the Most High at all. The white man is using Satan. The white man is the father of the devil. Excuse me, is the son of the devil. He's not the son of the Most High. We are the son of the Most High. The proof of it is he ain't teaching nothing, no truth according to the Bible. It's through the force of the sword that the white man is doing what he's doing. It ain't got nothing to do with the Most High. It got to do with his desire for the blood of the Israelites. Now let me let Captain I thought get back to his job. Go ahead, I'll get down.
That's right, man. Now we're gonna read something here, right? How about a little history on why, you know, I mean, Bunny Wailer left. You know, I mean, separated from Bob Marley and this group. Why this group had to separate. Now read.
Bunny Wailer toured with the Wailers in England and in the United States, but soon became reluctant to leave Jamaica. He and Tosh became more marginalized in the group as the Wailers became an international success.
No, they got more marginalized, meaning Bob Marley was pushed to that forefront. This white man was pushed to that forefront. Why? Because Chris Blackwell knew that Bob Marley was a white man. So he was the face of reggae. This was a new face that Chris Blackwell was going to use for reggae to push Jamaican culture. You know what I mean? Read on.
And attention was increasingly focused on Marley. Bunny subsequently left the Wailers to pursue a solo career after refusing to tour when Chris Blackwell wanted the Wailers to tour freak clubs.
To tour what?
Freak clubs.
To tour what?
Freak clubs in the United States.
Tour freak clubs, man. Bob Marley ain't give a damn. How we know? Because he went solo. And Chris Blackwell pushed that money, push him to the forefront, market him like a black man from the ghetto when he was really a white man. He was really a white man. Pushed him. These brothers had some principles, man. Just like black brothers today, man. The white men paint us as if we are criminals, man. When we the best man on the planet, man. We got God's spirit, man, on us. But because we put in a system, what I call it Babylon system, man, we tend to turn like animals. You understand? Bob Marley wasn't given that, man. Chris Blackwell gave Bob Marley his house in Jamaica. Bob Marley was able to make Tough Gong.
Right.
His own record label. First man in Jamaica to have his own record label. Print his own record label, man. Because a white man gave them something, man. White man to a white man. Why you ain't give it to Peter Tosh or Bunny Wailer? Because these were black men, real black men from the ghetto. With real problems. That's talking about real problems, man.
That's right. That's right.
How the hell we know about Bob Marley and the Wailers, but young Jamaicans, man. You go ask young Jamaicans about Bunny Wailer. They ain't know about Bunny Wailer, man. You go ask young sisters about his men. They know about Bunny Wailer, they know Peter Tosh, man. They hear the name kicking around with these older heads. But they ain't know these men like they know Bob Marley. Everywhere you go in some store in America here, some Jamaican store, it got Bob Marley face up on the wall. Just like black brothers and black sisters in America have Sergio Borgia face up on the wall, worshiping a white man. You understand? Read on. Read it again.
Subsequently left the Wailers to pursue a solo career after refusing to tour when Chris Blackwell wanted the Wailers to tour freak clubs in the United States, stating that it was against his Rastafari movement principles.
It's against his Rastafarian movement, man. Against his principle. Put Rastafarian aside, man. It's against our principle as black people to disobey God. Him not knowing better wasn't Rastafarian, man. But Marley spent time around those brothers in Bull Bay. Around those brothers, man. He really got into our culture.
Right.
And watch what it made him. He made him a star for the white man. He made him a star for black people in the Caribbean, man. Because we are really God-chosen people. You see amongst us and you learn our ways and you take it to that level, man, you won't be nigh unto a God like Bob Marley was. You understand? Let's go to a break, man. Give me the burning spear. Anthony B. Fire pot room, man.
Man, right. Fire! Drop a bomb.
Get my box.
Black people want go. I'm saying that, how people smoke weed, they idolize.
They swear that Holly Selassie smoke weed, but they ain't smoke.
Black people want go. I'm outside and I'm righteous. Well, this is my question. Is us and the one not a land? How you get you want so much black people land? After them slave achieve nothing in hand. You go create a quote more to your fan. Well, you will kill us in 1 million.
But they don't want to smoke.
I wish they would. Instead of trying to call me, man, you left. The drops go like that.
We about to go for like another 20 minutes.
Everybody know them come up with the poor man. How them claim Jesus said to them make the lamb. No more hustling, not enough food in the hand. What help we have is the Almighty One. Jamaican time is fire man. People call and him scissors and
Drink up,
everyone go. I'm Mount Zion and the righteous throne. You go, fire man. People call and him scissors and I'm Mount Zion and the righteous.
And when you hear them talking, they talking about Mount Zion. You know why? Because that's biblical. They call themselves the Lion of Judah as well, because that's biblical. Ain't no Rastafari and all that other old nonsense, that old blackity black nonsense. They knew that they was Israelites. That's why the scriptures say that the voice of the Lord will be in their mind all day. That's why the Benjamites, let me tell you something. Outside of the Christian church, I still will only listen to people talking about God from the Benjamites, because they drop it so heavy and hard. Because that's all they do. That's all I want to say.
Yes.
So many things politicians are stolen. See them return equally one goes stolen. In a brand new party, they're forming. Part them a party with your politics meeting. The politics where people get them beaten. Look who them about the metropolitan officer. We get you hustling out of your hand. When you look on them face, are you own a black man? Well, out of this from the poor people send me. So we look what the one and don't disagree. One know what is the benefit of GCG. It benefit you, but it never fit me. Fire people fall and them scissors and
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
SHALAM,
Hey, Shalom, I yell from Shevitha. Who's this?
Oh, it's a lot. This is the Bob Marley.
Hey, what's going on, Hebrew? You got a question or comment?
Sir, I want to see if y'all can go ahead and bust down them dreads so that they be, you know what I'm saying, the dreadlocks, that they be, you know what I'm saying, trying to perpetuate all over people saying that that's our culture.
No sweat, we got
and how they do it. Oh, sloppy.
No, I was gonna say no sweat. We got you right when we come off the break.
Sir.
What you gonna do it now?
Oh, okay. You want me to stay on the line? Or?
Hold on 1 second now. Yeah, and also we'll probably hit that up next time because we really about to finish up on Bob Marley. So we're gonna finish up on that, and if we got time, we'll squeeze it in. If not, we'll get it in next week.
All
right, no sweat, Hebrew. You have some trouble with that.
Equal rights and justice for all. Rise and never fall. What you gonna do when you for them let you? So what you gonna do them get you, yeah. Who do you think you are? We living in a small world. As wicked as you think you are, we living in a small world. As bad as you think you are, we living in a small world. As tough as you think you are, we living in the one of them. All right, that day will come when exercise and feel the wicked man and the fire getting burned. That day will come when they will try to escape. There will be nowhere to run. That day will come when exercise they handle the drums and bayonets and bullets and guns. That day will come when Emperor Selassie and Shaddai they will get to loot them from out of this land. And the day I would like to see their face. The human race and try to take things out of place, run away to space, to the millions. And you want that judgment you have again. find out that them can't escape. And you say, and the people them chase. Smile on my face. That day will come when they just let me see how to make it dance. When you try to escape and it will be nowhere to run. That day will come when I just see the hand and break and put it and done. That day will come when you put a select and shut down the one that gets us to them out of this love. Who do you think you are? When you know it's hard. I think you think you are. When you think you are. I think anything you are. When you think you are. I expect anything you are. When you think you are. Escape today, you can't escape tomorrow. Make sure you stay up anytime you borrow. Make sure you don't live no life in your sorrow. Make sure you not eat that shit like arrow. Make sure you free your push up in a barrel. Make sure you make it walk out and borrow. Yeah, make sure your meditation and narrow. Judgment, I want some murder one. That day will come when I say and they see all the wicked men. In the fire getting burned. That day will come when they will try to escape and they will be nowhere to run. That day will come when I just see the hand of the fun and pain and bullets and gun. That day will come when the Pharisees and shut up on the wings of the heavens and the sun. Oh yes, I will remain the same. Watch them going up the flame, or all the innocent going down the chain. You have to pay for the shackles and chains, and pay for this washing of the grave, and pay for these guns and cocaine. The sick and the lame. Alright, that day will come when I just stand and see all those wicked men in the fire getting burnt. That day will come when I just try to escape and it will be.
Oh, yeah, that's what it's done.
Your mic wasn't on.
That's fine. That's fine.
Tony's on your shoulder. Get like today, you cannot get like tomorrow. Look in the sky, must be hollow. Oh, don't you feel to take the light up, oh, no. Tony's on your shoulder. Get like today, you cannot get like tomorrow. Look in the sky, must be hollow. Oh, don't you feel to take the light why you disobey the first commandment? Walk through the valley and fear no pestilence. And it's my
Somebody said, I had the I.S.U.P.K put it on paper, I wiped my ass. What? She said, that God says she had the I.S.U.P.K that's going on. So he said, I got the I.S.U.P.K from Phenotype, I wiped my ass. They've been going on.
It's a different sequel. Some of them are people. Just it and let me not stop coming dirty. Baby, I.S.U.P.K, you could have washed your head. You can't wash no more. It is like an epidemic and you can't find a cure.
Hey, drop a bomb. Drop a bomb in the time.
Yes, I'm getting bored. Put it on your shoulder. Like today, you cannot kill like tomorrow. You're inside, must be hollow. Oh, don't you feel to take the life? Nothing sorrow for me, cause no people like your bed. Only God can help you. No family, no friend, don't let the curse me up on your children's children. Baby, don't shed revelation. Time in the day, don't I never way, Nelly, but you never handle. So when the labor people still reach heaven, he will for you and never see yourself again. You're the
They all got that house.
Alright, you black men out there in the Caribbean, you black sisters out there in the Caribbean, in America here, man. You all could call in, man. We about to close the session on this devil called Bob Marley, man. So call in, man. Say something, man. Say if you know what I mean. If you disagree with us, you disagree with us, man.
So,
but Bob Marley is going to be the devil, man.
Yeah,
He gonna be no brother, and we gonna look at him as no brother, man.
Yeah, right.
We gonna look at Peter Tosh, Burning Spear, Vibes Cartel, all these other brothers. They are brothers.
So Captain I.S.U.P.K. Would it be safe to say that the impact that Bob Marley had on, so it's like a two-part question. The impact that Bob Marley had on Jamaicans, or I should say West Indians as a whole, would be the same that Martin Luther King had on black folk. And would you also say that the effects that Martin had on black folk is the same that is the same way? Like, is there a correlation there? Like, now I know that Martin was a so-called activist and Marley was an entertainer, but would you say that they have a similar comparison as far as what they did as far as joining us to this oppressor?
Yes, that's where the comparison comes in. They both try to join us to our oppressor, man. They both try to do it, and they did it, man. That's why some Jamaicans, these Rastafarians, try to hold on to their Rastafarian tree. But because of hardship, because of this white man pushing himself on these islands, it's hard, man. You understand what I'm saying? It's almost similar. To a point, I would say almost similar, man. Because they had the same agenda, to love white people, one love. Martin Luther King, on the other hand, was saying hand in hand, which is one love. You understand what I'm saying? So it's almost, you know what I mean, similar.
It's almost similar. And the reason why I ask, because when I think of the correlations, like as slaveries that I've had around Benjamites, or what we call Jamaicans or West Indians, whenever you bring up the issue of Bob Marley, he's praised. And I see him being praised like that. And I see that the conditions in Jamaica has not changed. You know what I mean? Right. And that's why I make the comparison, because the conditions of black people in America is also not changed, but they still regard Bob Marley like he's, whether we want him to be or not, you know what I mean? And I'm speaking for Benjamites too, because they my brothers. But whether we want him to be or not, he's like the standard for what Jamaicans or West Indians have to live up to. He's almost like a god. Right. Just like, as I was mentioning, just like Serge Bourget. Right. You understand? Right. Like across there, you'll see them hanging up Serge Bourget on the wall. Right. But those Rastafarian, some of them, they would have Bob Marley picture up as Serge Bourget. You know what I mean? Like he's the best of Rastafarian. Right. Just like Serge Bourget is the best for those Christians. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if I could add one more thing, Bob Marley also popularized something. At least he's the face of it. And that's that weed. Yeah. That weed that them Jamaicans smoke, and you know they always got Bob Marley, and he got the little white, what I forget, Easy Wider rolled up weed smoking, and he's damn near like the face of that as well. And what I also find, that you can touch on both of them, is that a lot of white people dread their hair up so that they can be like Bob Marley, which shows you what Bob Marley was about. That's right. Also, so would you also say that he's the catalyst for promoting weed as well, which of course we know weed destroys black people. It's worse than crack. That's right. So would you say he's also the catalyst for promoting that also? I would say that. Why? Because he's looked at as a role model in Jamaica, and not just Jamaica, in Barbados, in Trinidad, in Solution. Right. And if your role model is smoking weed, and he's making it look like it's something good, you are going to do it. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, and one of my wives is from St. Lucia, and I know she used to tell me the same thing, how Bob Marley used to influence all of that. And I bring all that up, if I could just make a comment, if you don't mind. If I could just make a comment, like, the people that the white man praise, that's who we should be afraid of. That's right. Like, when he brought up all the Benjamites, Peter Tosh and the other men, the white man don't praise them. And those usually are the men that we should follow. Now, I'm not going to say follow as far as culture goes, because of course our culture is being Israelites. But if you're going to say who we should listen to and look at as being against the so-called white man, it's never the man that they're praising.
Right.
It's always the man that they're not praising. It's
That's
always the one that they're not putting on a pedestal. And it just seems like Bob Marley for years and years and years, it wasn't really until the truth came that I found out that he was a white man.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And when I'm saying the truth, it was only the truth that came with the Israelite school UPK that I found out that he was a white man. And when I found out, it blew my mind. You understand?
Yeah.
So I don't get mad at the West Indians that won't accept it, but you got to accept it nonetheless, and then that'll open your eyes. So in closing of the show, Captain I.S.U.P.K, newly raised Captain I.S.U.P.K, worthy of that rank because of the excellent job that he has done at this time and in truth. If I could just boast on the brother just a little bit, that camp equipment that we have at the camp that looks so beautiful, that's all set up and designed by excuse me, I almost called you Officer Salaki, by Captain I.S.U.P.K. Them garments that you see the generals rocking, that pristine precision of the armbands, of the belts, of the band, of everything, all set up and designed by Captain I.S.U.P.K. And he don't just house the ones in DC. He's in charge of the entire school to make sure that them camp equipment get out and set up in such a uniform way. So when it's set up like that, man, so big up to Captain I.S.U.P.K for coming out here all the way from DC, rode that bus, came up here to DC, came up here to New York City to blaze the airwaves on the truth of Bob Marley, that he was the devil, he was not our brother. And it's a hard pill to swallow, but you got to swallow it nonetheless. So in closing, was there anything else that you wanted to drop, Captain I.S.U.P.K?
I wanted to see if they were callers, man, who agreeing and who not agreeing, man. Let's discuss this like, you know what I mean, like adults.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let's bring the facts out.
Right.
If we ain't talking facts, then we should hear that we ain't talking facts. If Bob Marley is a brother, then we should, you know what I mean, blow this phone up. Let's hear it.
That's right.
Let's hear it, man. But from the facts that we got, Bob Marley's father was a white man. Norval Sinclair Marley. White man. Say he was some captain of some English Marine. And came across to Jamaica and was a slave driver. You understand what I'm saying?
So he had slaves.
Yes.
Good.
I was whipping.
So you know how them children was born. It wasn't born by leisure. It was born by force.
Man, I want to say, because they will say it's my opinion. You understand what I'm saying? So let it be my opinion. You know what I mean?
Well, let me up the ante. I'll make it my opinion too.
Yeah.
And my opinion is damn near facts. If I know the history of slavery, when white man had slaves, he had sex with the women and it was by force. We would call that rape.
That's why I brought up Thomas Thistlewood, who ran who was the slave master for Egypt. You understand what I'm saying? He was a man. He is his man. This man was raping black women on the plantation, man.
That's
right. And I was in the 1700s. Now, I'm just saying that based on the fact that this man has been written down in history for his atrocities to black people in the in Jamaica. To all the, you know what I mean, all the harsh stuff he did to them, man.
Yeah, right.
You understand what I'm saying? In the 1700s. Now Bob Marley father come in the 1800s, 60-year-old lay with an 18-year-old black woman, man. 18-year-old black woman with a 60-year-old white man. I ain't gonna say it could just be my opinion. Because Seller came out and said it was love. When I know it ain't love, man.
It's impossible. Let me tell you something. Kind of as I said 16. So let's say 16 or 18. I don't know no 18-year-old fresh black woman, especially a Benjamite woman. So lock it. Y'all know how they look. 18, nice and right, that say she wants some old white man. Old, decrepit white man at that. So you know that was forced. That was not willingly. And it's a hard pill to swallow because nobody wants to face the facts. But our sins is what make these things possible. If we want to stop situations where we have like Bob Marley, or even what's the other brother other cat they think is a brother, Lenny Kravitz. Lenny Kravitz is another black man, so-called black man, that they think he's black because his mama black and he got black complexion. But his daddy is a white boy. So we have to stop uplifting these men just because they appear to be one way when they're not. Especially when you look at the agenda that they had. The brother just read the quote where Bob Marley said he wasn't either black nor white. Only a slave mentality keeps you in that mind state. And because we followed after him is why we won't let it go. No different than your Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is another man that is looked up to, worshiped, and praised, and he wanted to be white. Bleached his skin and did everything to where everybody that believes in Michael Jackson also believed that we should get along with the so-called white man. So I don't know if you want to say anything else before we go ahead and close out.
Nah, that was it, man. That was it.
Well, I want to drop about 12 bombs for Captain I.S.U.P.K. Give the brother a hand clap. Give the brother a round of applause. The brother did an excellent job coming up, blessing our show, the Israelite Vibes, which lets you know we're a Jamaican show as well. Israelite Vibes radio show. You've been on live with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. I'm going to let Katasa close the show out with the announcements.
Once again, man, hell of a show, man. We are the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, not to be confused with any other Israelite.
Goddamn right.
We are absolutely separate. That is what holy means, Quadash, and we also have some very good classes.
We're not affiliated with no Israelite group on the face of the entire earth. Period. Point blank. Don't even ask a question about it.
When nowadays I work hard on the job, till I come cross y'all, still like I'm a criminal. Trying to get caught, it could be your first charge. Like, man, you ain't getting the minimum. It go dip, squat, 5 mile run, push, pull, sit on, goddamn, get strong. Looking at my baby, trying to keep them doing wrong. It's too long for they grown, I can't leave them on their own. They killed Daddy like he had a 30-day cake. The news covering up the story for what they say. It took me back to the time we lost Otis. Pretending these crackers, they gon' tell you something bogus. And I'm thinking like, damn, what you tell the kids? We try to put up a fight, but did we fail the kids? Cause they ain't really got us looking like no damn good. And why success got to cost my manhood? Hey, black women,